thanks so much for joining today. Just a quick shout out to Debbie, Amy, Julie, and Doug, and anyone else who might be joining us this morning or this evening, whenever you watch. We'll go ahead and get started off in Shavasana. Lying flat on your backs, on your mats. Just letting go of any thoughts that don't serve you for the next 30 minutes. Stress, anger, fear, frustration. Bringing awareness to your breath and how it feels on the inhale and then the exhale. On your next inhale, take a nice deep breath in, filling the bellies and lungs completely with air. Pausing at the top of the breath, and exhaling everything out. And then we'll inhale for 6, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause at the top, and then slowly exhale everything out. One more counted breath at your own pace, inhaling slowly for 6. Pausing at the top of the breath. And slowly exhaling everything out. Taking the belly buttons all the way to the spine. And then while you're laying flat on your mats, just bend the knees and plant the feet on the mats. Press the balls of the feet and the heels into the mat and lift the toes. And slowly start to put the toes down to the mat as if they could grip into the earth. We're going to take the right leg and cross it over the left, interlacing the fingers behind the left leg, and gently rocking left to right, massaging the spine. Releasing the hands, reversing left leg over right, interlacing the hands behind the right, gently rocking left and right. Releasing the hands, lowering the legs down to the mat, rolling onto the right side. You can use a pillow or block underneath the head, and we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back, open up through the chest. And on your second breath here, releasing the fingers, stretching out nice and long with the hands, maybe even stepping that top foot to the floor behind you. chest. Taking a nice deep breath in. And on your second inhale, releasing the hands, stretching along through the fingers, and stepping that top foot to the mat behind you. Like opening up through the whole right side of the body. Gently lower that leg down, hand down, pressing up to seated. Grounding through the sits bones here. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears and down the back. One more time, shrug the shoulders up. Down the back. Now we're just going to drop the head, drop the chin towards the chest. And breathe here. And bring the head back up. And then stick the chin out as far away from the chest as you can make it. And relax through the neck and the arms all the way up. Reach. Exhale, fold forward. Sink the sits bones into the mat. Inhale, coming up slowly. Inhale, bring the right arm all the way up. Place it right behind the head. Turn. Take the elbow towards the back of the room and your knees with it. Slowly come back to center. Release the right arm. Do the same on the left. Hand up right behind the head. And twist towards the back of the room. Taking your gaze to the elbow. Coming back to center. Release the hand down. Place both palms on the mat. Keeping the right hand flexed. Slowly start to bring it up. Continuing to press it away from you. Towards the opposite wall. Tilt the head towards the opposite shoulder. On your exhale, rotate the hand, fingers down. Lowering the hand back down to the mat, same on the left, and bring it back up. Pressing the palm away, tilt the head towards the opposite shoulder. Exhale, rotate the fingertips down. Lowering the palm down, bring both hands up in front of you, keeping the chest lifted and the shoulders down and back. On the exhale, rotate the fingertips down. Turn the hands, interlace the fingers, gaze over the left shoulders and bring your chin up. Exhale, chin to shoulder. Slowly bring your gaze through center and over the opposite shoulder to bring the chin up. Exhale, chin to shoulder. Bring your gaze to center, release the arms. Inhale, bring them all the way up. Shoulders stay down, back chest lifted, and exhale, forward, forward again. Sink into the low back. Inhale, coming up slowly. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears and down the back, and then legs out long in front of you. Your hip openers. Starting with whichever leg you'd like to first, guiding it through the hip circles. Lowering that leg down. Ground through the sits bones, sitting up nice and tall, balance out the knees. And on the opposite side, same thing. Lowering that pig down, sitting up nice and tall, bounce out the knees. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up, lift through the chest. Exhale, fold forward, reaching for the feet. Staying here for an extra breath, elongating through the spine. And exhale, fold further, left hand planted on the mat, and take the right hand to those toes. So it's the opposite hand to the foot. And then bring the opposite hand over to the foot too, and see if you can lean forward, dropping the head. Inhale, coming up. Do the same on the opposite side. Extend to the right foot, lift the left leg, and first the left hand goes to the right foot. And then bring the right hand over too. And then on the exhale, see if you can fold the head towards the foot. Slowly and onto your knees. Keeping the left knee planted, we're going to step onto the right foot. Resting the right arm, reach over with the left. This one's pulling that hand, reaching over. And then come all the way back down. Left palm meets the mat. Right arm reaches over, stretch. This one's pulling through that right hand. And then both hands down to the center of the body for cat-cow here, round the back. Drop the head, tuck the chin. And inhale, drop the tummy, shoulders come down the back. Again, exhale, round up. Inhale, drop the tummy. Back to neutral in the back. Lower the right knee. Come up onto the left foot. Make sure that thighs rotating externally to keep the toes from digging into the mat. Left arm rests, right reaches over. Inhale, come back up. Right palm down to the mat. Left reaches over. And then bring the hands down to the center of the body and come into cat, rounding up. Exhale, cow. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. Come into neutral back. Lower the left leg so you're in tabletop. And sink into child's pose. Taking the fingers out nice and long, forehead resting on the mat. Rocking left and right. Inhale, come all the way back up onto all fours. Thread the needle. Inhale, bring the right arm all the way up. Exhale, thread through. Come down onto the right shoulder, right temple. Inhale, the left arm. Exhale, bring the left arm behind the hip. Stack the shoulders. You can take the left leg out long behind you. Or lift off of the mat. Bring that leg down, hand down, pressing back up into neutral. And on the left, same thing. Inhale the left arm. Exhale, thread through. Inhale the right arm. Exhale, bring it behind the back, stacking through the shoulders. And the right leg can come out long behind you, or even off of the mat. Flexing the foot. Leg down gently, right hand down, pressing back up into neutral. Walk the palm one step forward, hinge forward at the hips. Lower all the way down. We're going to inhale all the way up into full cobra. And take a few breaths here, stretching through the lower back. Exhale all the way down to the mat. And again, inhale, come up, roll the shoulders down and back, chest lifted. Exhale into child's pose. Curl your toes under here, and first we're going to sit up onto the feet, putting pressure on those toes. Come back into tabletop, tap out the tops of the feet. Then curl the toes under, come into downward facing dog. Now pedal out the feet, trying to keep them hip distance, planting the ball of the feet and the heels into the mat, rotating our thighs towards the back of the room. Inhale up the right leg. Exhale, step it forward. Staying here in crescent lunge, turn the back toes out. Bring the right hand right to the inside of the right leg. Keeping the right leg open, lift the left arm up. Just breathing in this twist. Reverse it. Bring the left hand down to the mat. Back toes turn forward. Right arm opens up. Lowering that hand down to the mat. Lower down onto the back knees. Flip the back toes. Heel toe the right foot to the edge of the mat. Staying right here in lizard pose. Roll to the outside edge of the foot and come down onto the forearms if you'd like, or stay right here. Up into long arms, heel toe the right foot to the left wrist, come into pigeon. You come down onto your forearms, or stay upright. On your forearms, I'm going to take that left hip, roll it back so it's on the mat. Right foot to the inside of the thigh, left hand to left foot, and reach overhead with the right, stacking the shoulders. Inhale, bring the hands back to the top of the mat and come back into downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet. Planting the balls of the feet heels again. Inhale up the left leg. On your exhale, step it through. Staying in crescent lunge, turn the back toes out to 45. Left hand right to the inside of the left leg to keep the knee open. Reach up with the right. Reversing the hands, right hand comes down to the mat. Back toes turn forward, left arm opens up. Bringing that left hand down to the mat. Drop the back knee, flip the back toes, heel toe the left foot to the edge of the mat. You can stay right here in long arms again, or come into your forearms. back up to long arms. Your forearms roll the right hip down to the mat, left foot to the inside, right arm to right foot. Reach overhead with the left, stacking to the shoulders. Inhale, bring the hands back to the top of the mat and come into downward facing dog. Hop, step, or float forward. Heel toe the feet out wider than hip distance. Using the two peace fingers, grab your big toe, cap it with the thumb, and on the exhale, pull the chest down towards the thighs, letting the head hang heavy. On your inhale, take the hips up. Exhale, pull the chest down. Inhale, hips come up. Release the hands from the feet and grab opposite biceps, letting the head hang. Maybe swaying the arms left and right. And gently shaking the head. No, I will not have negative thoughts and negative speech. Yes, I'll have positive thoughts and positive speech. Lowering the hands down to the mat. Turn the toes out and come down into Buddha squat. Hands to heart center, using the elbows to press open through the knees. Breathing here. Releasing the hands, we're going to place them to both sides of the left foot. Turn the left foot, pull up toes, pointing forward. And then reach nice and long through the right leg. If you can plant the right foot, great, or as close as you can. Then lift the toes, bend them back towards you. We're going to walk the hands over to the right foot, framing the right foot, lift the left toes, trying to press them down onto the mat. And then lift the toes, putting them back towards you. Walking the hands back to center. Let the head just hang in ragdoll. Allowing the arms to fall heavy onto the mat. From here, heel toe the feet back in hip distance or 2 fists width apart. Inhale up, halfway lift, lengthening through the top of the head and the base of the spine. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way up, palms meet, hands come to heart center. Do a few sun salutations. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Right and left hand comes to the mat. Step back. Vinyasa, slowly lowering down till elbows make a 90. Flip the toes, up dog. Downward facing dog. Hop, step, or foot forward. Inhale up, halfway lift. Lengthening through the back. Exhale, fold. And the knees. Sweep the arms all the way up. Slight back bend here. Hands through, heart center, forward fold. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right, left. Vinyasa. Up, downward facing dog. Hop, step, or foot forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold. And the knees. Sweep the arms all the way up. Slight back bend, reach. Exhale, hands through, heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right, left. Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Up, step, or foot forward. we're going to hop, step, or float forward one more time. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, sweep the arms all the way up, palms meet, hands come to heart center. Planting the left foot, bring the right leg over top, and the left arm underneath, coming into eagle pose. As you sink down up towards seated, lift the elbows and pull back into the shoulders. Slowly coming back up to standing, release the arms and the legs, shake everything out. Find mountain pose here. Roll the shoulders down and back, chest lifted. Rotating the inner thighs towards the back of the room. Chin down just slightly. Bring the arms all the way up, palms meet, hands come to heart center. This time planting the right foot, left leg over right, and right arm underneath. Arms and the legs, shake out the arms. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up, palms meet. Hands come to heart center, forward fold. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right leg, left, then the outside. Downward facing dog. Roll forward into plank here. Right hand comes to the center of the mat. Left opens up. Reversing the hands, slowly bring the left arm down to the center of the mat. Right opens up. Right hand comes down to the mat. Slowly lowering all the way down. From here, we're going to bring the palms right underneath the shoulder. Press up and back into full cobra again. And before we come down, we're going to take the right hand, slide it right underneath the left, and just lay down on top of it. Try to keep the hips planted on the mat. So the hips stay planted. Press the left palm back into the mat, lifting up. Full cobra again, pressing up. Left arm goes underneath. Pressing back up one more time into full cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Taking the knees wider. You can even bring the hands back, grabbing the heels. coming up, cross the legs underneath, come to seated. We'll set up for boat pose. Rounding through the sits bones. And when you're ready, lifting the legs off the mat. You can keep them bent, you can keep the toes planted. Slowly lower the feet down to the mat. Bring them in, wrap the arms around the shins, drop the head, tuck the chin. Inhaling, coming up. We're going to align through the knees. Sitting up nice and tall, roll the shoulders down and back, lift the chest. And on the exhale, just hinging at the hips, keeping the chest lifted, back nice and straight. Inhale, coming back up, reverse the legs. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, just hinge at the hips. Back up to seated, and then rolling down onto our mats to set up for bridge pose. Making sure your fingertips can touch your heels, and when you're ready, rolling your shoulders under, lifting the bellies. Releasing the shoulders, coming down one vertebrae at a time. Tapping the hips 3 times at the bottom. And coming into happy baby. Grabbing the insides of the feet. And driving the knees down on either side of the chest. So gently rocking left and right. Releasing the hands from the feet, take the feet straight up to the ceiling. And legs up a wall. And use your hands or a block to support the low back. You can come into reverse shoulder stand if it's part of your practice. But make sure not to look left or right to protect the muscles and the neck. planting the right foot. And walk the left knee. bringing your awareness back to your mat. Maybe wiggling your toes and touching your thumb to each one of your fingers. Taking a full body stretch like you do first thing in the morning. Gently rolling onto your right side. The reading for today, it takes practice, quiet practice of listening until we learn how to hear ourselves. Interpreting what we hear, it's neither wasted time or incidental to our lives to learn to hear ourselves, to learn to tune into our hearts and souls. It's part of the reason we're here, part of our destiny, mission, and purpose. Our best work, our finest moments, our joy happens when we're centered, listening to and trusting ourselves, allowing our hearts and souls to guide us. They happen when we allow ourselves to fully and completely love who we are. Gently using your left hand to push yourself to seated position. Hands to heart center. We'll take 2 healing, energy-sending breaths. On our first breath, seeing someone in our mind's eye who needs a healing energy and inhaling that person into your heart. And showering them with beautiful golden light. On our next breath, we'll take our own. The light in me sees and honors the light in each one of you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend and a good week ahead, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for joining.